All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Starting a little early today here on a Thursday afternoon as we've got more dumpage in the crypto markets going on here. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? We holding on? Are we holding on? Are we buying dips or are we waiting to see how this all shakes out? I'm going to tell you why the market is dumping. You already know what my answer is. But in fact, you know what? I'm not going to tell you. You hear the pings going on. You'll hear the pings. It's continuing. But instead, I'm going to lead off with what others are saying, because you already know my opinion. For those that are new here, welcome, KrissPax. Talk a lot about Dogecoin, crypto market, like all of that. Today is about the market. It's not about Dogecoin. This is not about Dogecoin today. But Dogecoin did hit a key price that I'll show you in just a minute. That just happened. Like all this is happening now. And again, this is just an exceptional time from October 10th to now that shows you who's in charge. But hey, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. I said I would tell you what others are saying. So let's start with that, shall we? What do others say about this? How about Billy Marcus? Billy Marcus says, seriously, WTF is the shit. Every day a rug pull. So yeah, Billy's got it right. Like WTF. It's like, come on. Come on. Right? So Billy's got it. Let's see what the responses are now here to this thing. Like weekly chart. Welcome to Wall Street, Bitcoin, roller coaster, tycoon. Bull traps on bull traps on bull traps. It's called WTF is the shit day today. Feels like we're speed running the bear market again. Strap in. Welcome to daily liquidity donations. It's the inverse CZ and Sailor pattern. Okay, we get it, right? That's what everyone's saying. So we got their input. But no, I continue. What are others saying? What are others saying? No, flirting with is not correct, KB. It happened. It happened. I'll show you that in a minute. I took the screenshot. Stock money lizards. Pump, dump, pump, dump. Bitcoin price action isn't organic right now. Market makers hunting liquidity at key levels. Same playbook every cycle. Pump attracts retail, dump grabs stops. Expect true support for Bitcoin 83 to 80K and maybe a true reversal around that zone. I'll edit stock money a little bit. Maybe a true reversal. I would say down to 80K, maybe, but I think, again, that might just key off a little relief rally upon which we would eventually be going lower. Raiden, my friend, how are you, sir? Thank you so much. Inviting everyone to like and subscribe as we just get started here. We're going to be going for a while today because we've got the crypto market dumping, a brutal Bitcoin washout. Well, not really that. I mean, it's not a washout, right? But there are liquidations going on. But thank you, my friend Raiden. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe, everybody. Appreciate it. We try and keep things real here on this channel. And you know, I have not been bullish since October 10th. And I finally got to the whole bear thing more toward the end of October, early November with confirmation. And it's just been lower lows since. So I know, but rate cuts. What do they do? Nada in crypto because we're not in control. But wait. Let's see what else somebody's saying. Vivek, breaking. Earlier today, Bitcoin jumped $2,500 from 87 to 89.5 and liquidated $110 million worth of short positions. And you think, okay. And then it dumped $4,000 back down to 85.5 and liquidated $200 million worth of longs. All this happened in the last 6 hours, an example of clear market manipulation to wipe out both leveraged longs and shorts. Again, that wasn't me. But you know, if I wasn't telling you what these guys would say, I'd have said the same thing. I would have said the same thing. And here it is. Here it is. I got the screenshot 10 minutes ago. Breaking. I had to use the breaking this time because it was just my own little wink and a nod to all those Bitcoin maxis that always say, just in. Breaking. So I used it. Breaking. Dogecoin falls to $11.99. And there it is. I got the screenshot. This was not photoshopped. 11,998 here at 1452. 11.99. So we did break. And if for those that hold Doge on Robinhood, right, you got the little Robinhood notification, right? Dogecoin drops below 12 cents. It did. It did. So in the background, I've got the pinger. I got the pinger as we're watching the liquidations in the last 24 hours. 178 million on Bitcoin, 132 on ETH, and it's really kind of split between longs and shorts. Dogecoin itself, $8.5 million, 7 million on the long side. So more on the longs. So far for the day, we're talking over $500 million in liquidations. Are we going to see 9 cents? DW? Yeah. Yeah. It's not the bear market we wanted, but it's the bear market we got. Sorry, guys. I know, right? The pro crypto president. Not so much good for crypto. Not so much good. When does the water slide end? Well, see, that's the problem, Tweaky, is that the leverage traders keep coming back. And they keep trying to hitch a ride on the relief rally that is still not coming. You did some swing trading, risky. Bought the dip a little early, yeah. And now you might be stuck. I don't know. I still think it can go back up to like 13.4. You know, retest that support line at 13.4. And then do it all again. Oomp. 11 cents, we'll test again. Yes. Dogecoin is now at your average, Matt. LOL. What else can you do at this point, right, Matt? It's just like the numbness. The numbness just comes over you, right? And it's just like, oh. I know, right? I know. Not only that, though, but this afternoon I had a very interesting chat about leverage crypto trading with our friend Dear Grok. So this is interesting. If you guys are interested in this, please check me out on X. I am at KrissPax. And I was trying to get Grok to explore this whole manipulation thing. And again, thanks to Wilmer here, who was responding to my post earlier. I mean, this was 5 hours ago. I said, here we go again, just like yesterday, total crypto market manipulation. Doge goes up over 13 cents and now is being pushed back down, liquidates shorts, then reverses to take out the long leverage trades, rinse and repeat. And that was when Doge was still up here. And now it clearly dumped hard, even lower. So I was on top of it. I was on top of it here. And And yeah, so what I was doing on Grok was I was trying to get him to talk about market manipulation. Because Wilmer was like, who manipulates the market so much? And Grok says accusations of manipulation in the crypto market are common, often attributed to whales, no, or exchanges, yes, that moves market prices with massive trades. But then he says, yeah, no concrete evidence of a specific manipulator. And I was like, Grok, please look at Bitcoin and the liquidation data on CoinGlass to see how prices are being manipulated. And he says, yeah, I check CoinGlass, right? Showing the volatility, but flash crashes and accusations against Binance, Hyperliquid, Wintermute for liquidation hunting, but evidence varies, often tied to volatility, not proven collusion. And I'm like, well, let's talk about liquidation hunting. And Grok talks about what liquidation hunting is, how it works in leverage trading, like all of that. Fascinating, right? So you guys might want to read this for those that are wondering about manipulation, liquidity hunting, and what that is. Grok explains it all right here. This is the stuff I talk about at a high level. Grok is getting right into it in the specifics. And I'm like, okay, so let's look in more detail about Wintermute. And let's say hit their actions on October 10th, 2025. And Grok says, yeah, on October 10th, major crypto flash crash wiped out $19 billion in leverage positions. So Grok admits it, right? Major crypto flash crash, as we talk about, October 10th, which kicked off this whole bear market. And Wintermute reportedly transferred $700 million to Binance hours before. Now, that's all the details that I got into on my videos on the 11th and 12th of October. So if you're interested in that, you can go check out those videos. However, Wintermute also lost money with their CEO, Evgeny Gavi, criticizing it as unfair. Of course, that's what he says on the outside. And the inside, he made $400 million. He doesn't care about losing 300. He made 400. So the Wintermute transfer sparked accusations of liquidity withdrawal that amplified cascades, right? We had cascading, right? Liquidity being taken out. No proven collusion. No proven collusion. Well, not yet, right? And to that, I was like, yeah, come on, Grok. Why would Wintermute transfer 700 million of crypto to Binance? He didn't answer. And I was like, again, Grok, I'm still waiting to hear about Wintermute. Why would they transfer $700 million worth of crypto to Binance? No answer. Grok ain't touching that one. But on a separate thread, I went talk about market makers. Well, market makers like Wintermute or Jane Street provide liquidity by placing buy and sell orders to stabilize prices. That's what the market maker does, or that's what they're supposed to do. In crypto, however, they can influence drops. They can influence drops right there. It says it. Market makers can influence drops, withdrawing liquidity in the markets, executing large trades to hit liquidation clusters, arbitrage, or hedging. However, Grok says, no proven manipulation today. It's often tied to broader factors like the Fed policy. And I was like, nah, that's not good enough, Grok. Not good enough. The price of Bitcoin just dropped another $1,000 in the last 5 minutes. You said this drop is not retail driven, but I'm like, please find the data that shows the manipulation. And Grok goes into that. But yes, cascade, indicating cascade right there. So, I mean, you can read through this. It's just fascinating having this conversation with Grok. It's like, what the heck is going on? And then I get into the detail of how much are the traders actually losing. Because essentially, when they're buying a leveraged trade, they're providing the margin. And this is just language that's meant to like mystify the whole thing about leverage trading. So I got to the detail of it with Grok here, like how that actually works. And Grok was like, no, in a 10x leverage trade, $1,000 typically means that's your margin. You control a $10,000 position. So liquidation wipes out up to the full $1,000 margin to cover losses and repay borrowed funds, plus a small fee. So yeah, the trader still ends up with practically nothing. But the numbers that are shown on the liquidation charts, that's not how much people are losing. That's the value of what they would most likely have won if they close their leverage position with the leverage. I mean, with the 10x or whatever it is. But the actual losses by the trader aren't that much. So I did learn that. So that was all interesting. So if you guys are interested in that, check out this post here on X here that I made, because it goes into all the detail. Because I'm asking the AI, let's get into the detail on this, because this is what's going on. But Grok still would not. Grok would not commit to saying market manipulation. He wouldn't do it. I call him a him, an it, whatever. So anyway, so this is what we have from yesterday, right? We talked about the pump and the dump, right? Took out hundreds of millions of dollars of shorts and then dumped it to take out hundreds of millions of dollars of longs. That was yesterday. Well, look what happened today. Almost the exact same timing. After 9 o'clock a.m. pumps, and then at about 10:30 dumps. This one started at about 9 or 8, right? A little earlier. There was some up and down action, and then it dumped at noon. Big red candle. Little recovery, and then dumped further just to take out those extra longs. Again and again and again. So I say, Billy, seriously, WTF, right? Seriously, WTF. I know, right? Right, Umilius? Retail's out. They're done with this shit. Absolutely. This is now a whole market that is all based on leverage traders against the market makers. That's what's going on. Some of us are trying to buy on the dips. We're trying to seize a little bit more on these dips, right? Because I mean, 12-cent Doge is a lot better than 24-cent Doge, right? But it's going to go lower. That's just the way it looks. And this is is this an accelerated bear market? I mean, it's going pretty quick, right? I mean, let's go to a chart that doesn't have all of my stuff all over it, right? We'll go to this one. We'll go to the daily. And it's not good. Here's October 10th right here. And what has happened since then? What has happened since October 10th? We just see this cascading effect, right, of Dogecoin. This is bear market stuff, guys. I mean, the chart doesn't lie. It's just continuing to go lower and lower and lower. That's not good. Typically, we would see a relief rally, which is what I was calling for. We would see some kind of big move. We haven't had it. We haven't had it. This is cascading. And it's not just Dogecoin. I mean, look at Solana, right? Solana's had huge dumps coming all the way down. Now down to 118 on Solana. We've had Cardano now down to 35 cents. We've got HBAR threatening 9 cents now. It just dropped below 10 and a half. It's almost to 9. SHIB was just getting pounded today. I mean, look at that, just down. And then XRP, $1.81. So it's matching the dip that we had on the 21st of November, but it did go just a little bit lower. to 179 on XRP. It's just all, it's all bad. So Bitcoin is now dropping below 85,000. Again, Bitcoin did recover a bit from the 21st of November and is now back down to that level. And that relief rally that I was calling for, yeah, that's not happening. We started to, and then the market makers took over and just dumped. So yeah. Is that the New York weather girl? Wow. How you doing, Monica? Haven't seen you for a little while. I hope you're well. Yep, bought in early just because of the dumpage here. Bought the dip, and of course it dipped more. Yep. That's what's happened when you have this sort of cascading, you have this sort of cascading pattern on the charts. Where was I? Let me go back. There we go. That you try buying dips and then it just dips more. So unfortunately, that's what we've got right now. I'm trying the new hope and pray buy the dip trading strategy. The weather girl is in the house. We are blessed by the presence of the New York weather girl. Theta analog says, what's Theta doing? I have not looked at Theta in months. 27 cents. It's not down to the bottom of its flash crash on the 10th when it went down to, what did it hit? 20 cents. But it's getting down there. Again, cascading. Also, all cascading dips. Now down to 27 cents on Theta. Yep. DJT is up 40%. What, the stock? Oh my God, it is. Look at that. What the heck is going on with that? What's going on with that? Why would that pump? Well, I guess it was already up pre-market. Is this because of what he said last night? The whole warrior dividends and the economy and all that? That would get the GJT stock to pump 40%. I've given up on investing anything Trump related. Hyperliquid is toast. No one is even day trading. I mean, they do have the liquidations, though. Here's Hyperliquid right there. $172 million in liquidations today. %81 of them on the longs, which is much more on the long side than Binance and Bybit and others. 81% on the long side, Hyperliquid. So, but this is crazy. $15 DJT stock from 10 to 15. Wow. Why so many people buying that? I don't get it. I don't get it. We're having a little green candle here, but I don't trust it. 12.15 for Doge. Feels like something worse is yet to come. And now tonight, we've got the Bank of Japan and their announcement of their rate hike. So the Fed just dropped rates, and all indications is that they're going to raise. I know, Monica, right? Megal at $1.17. I bought it at $1.30. I bought it at $1.30. Florida man. President Trump signed an executive order directing federal agencies to reclassify marijuana. So his stock pumps because of the marijuana thing? Yeah, the Musk tweets don't really do anything anymore, and nobody trusts them. Mag gold down to $1.17. Gonna have to pick some more up. Like we haven't been through a bear market already. I know it could accelerated bear market at that. This has been tough. Do we still hope for the relief rally? The relief rally is something we saw both in 2021 into 2022 and the end of 2017 into 2018. We saw them both times at the end of the prior bull cycles. So you'd expect 2025 now, we finished the bull cycle, there would be a relief rally. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. Hey, Chuck, how are you? I know the Trump, you can't believe anything they say, right? Even Tom Lee, right, going on. Yeah, here he is, Tom Lee, 14,000 ETH by the end of the year. No. $200,000 Bitcoin now by the end of January. He first said by the end of the year, now into January. So do you really expect an alt season? I never expected an alt season. I was expecting a half alt season, and we're not even getting that. So yeah, we're screwed. Hey, Wei, can I borrow $20? Yeah, scraping the bottom. Scraping the bottom. We did look at ADA a little bit ago. It hit down below 35 cents. It's like, oh. I'm trying the new hope and pray strategy. Oh, I got to get caught up. Sorry. Bought a few bucks of Bitcoin, of Dogecoin today. Not that much, little here, little there. Okay. Trump indeed. News of a TAE tech merger with Trump Media. Now that would possibly spike the DJT stock. I don't know who TAE is, but a nuclear fusion company? Oh, man. I really want to sell. I can't take being down 50%. I get it. I get it. We're all going to need some time to smoke. Hey, marijuana, right? Woo! I kind of believe the fusion company merger better than the marijuana story to pump the Trump stock. Yo, Art B. Is there anything positive in the Bank of Japan raising rates? I feel like they aren't doing good no matter what they do. Well, for them, their monetary policy is different than ours. They have a much more serious problem on their hands, and they probably are threatened by having some crazy, I don't know, not recession, although they could be in a recession. Like stagflation or something is going on there. It's like not good. So yeah. I know the past few years, retail was begging for institutions to enter crypto. I was saying the same thing. Even the ETFs, I was like, you know, I don't really know if I like this whole concept of Dogecoin ETFs. Like, nah. And nobody's buying them. But all this other stuff about governments, institutions, big companies and banks get involved in crypto. Yeah, that's not good. It's hard to imagine a turnaround from here. I'm in the red, prepared to just leave it and wait. I mean, what else can you do? You can sell and avoid further losses, but There's always that little voice inside your head. But what if it turns around? What if this is just temporary and it goes up? That's the tough part. That's the tough part. Yahoo Finance reported the merger. I guess it's the merger. Time to maybe pick up some Meggle. Up, it just went up from $1.17 to $1.19. So somebody's buying. Somebody just bought. It went from 117 to 119. Meggle. Hey, Kronos. At this moment, people got to be prepared to lock in for 4 years. I know. If you buy Doge now, it'll dip to 11. I've done this from 20 down to 13. Major support is still 9.5. I don't see anything between here and 9.5 because of the October 10th flash crash. We got the pinger still going off. I mean, look at XRP just getting annihilated. ETH, Solana, Aster, like all these just liquidations. For those that want to know the answer, why is the crypto market dumping? Go back to the beginning of the live stream. In the first 5 minutes, I covered it all. But you already know the story if you've been around hanging out with me before, because I've been saying it. And just more and more today, just dumpage. So sorry for all of our portfolios, but yeah, this is tough. Yeah, Bitcoin down to 84.7, about to drop below 84.4, which would then accelerate more leverage trade liquidations. That's what's going on. But yeah, thanks Discover Talk for dropping in. How you doing? Hey Campo, how are you? Is Solana going to go to $30? Yeah, we looked at this the other day, right? We looked at Solana and how it could go to $30. Right? We looked at this. Support goes back to January of 2024 at like $80. But then after that, you come all the way down. And I mean, this is where I bought, right? And sold. But I sold way too early on Solana. But I put it into Cardano and I made a bunch on Cardano with that same money. But yeah, if you're into fibs, right? The whole fib thing, that's what we did. We took the local high. Oh no, I need to go the other way. Sorry. We took the local high and we're like, okay, dudes, where does this thing go? And that's how we got to $30. Well, 35 right there. That's $35 to the 1.61. So that's bear market target right there. $35. Big dog. $35. And then you say, but Kriss, where does that take Dogecoin then? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. But I'll do it anyway. You don't want to know. It's worse. It's worse than you thought. It's bad. Less than a penny, my friends. That's why I don't believe these fib things. It takes it down to the 1.61 at less than 1 cent. No. That's why I don't believe in that stuff. But some people do. They swear by it. But that's like bear market stuff. That was your $200 put in Meggle. Got the price up. Oh, it just dropped back down to $1.17. Somebody sold. Oh, somebody got one share at $1.16. God. Someone else got 43 shares at $1.16. Meggle is acting like crypto today. I put 400 USD in Pengu. Someone's making money, just isn't us. I know. The exchanges always win. They're like attorneys in court cases. Attorneys don't care who wins or loses. They always win. They always win. And this is the same with the exchanges. They just like to take out the leverage trading so they win more. Because as Grok said, that money you put in there as margin, yeah, the exchanges get to keep that. I saw a tweet, Christian says, Bitcoin dumped 20% in a week with 1 billion liquidations in a single day from the last BOJ rate. Yeah, it didn't happen right away, though. It was spaced out in over a week. So, yeah, economically at a bigger scale, it's not good. It's not like at 8 o'clock tonight, there's going to be some giant dump. They're taking it out now with this total manipulation drop here. They took it out. Any chance for a rebound in 2026, especially with the change in the Fed chair, 3 rate cuts, like all that stuff? That's a great question. And that's the big unknown. I mean, you look at Raul Paul today, and what's he saying? He's saying a 5-year cycle. Wait, what? Wait, we now have 5-year cycles? Where did that come from? 5-year cycle? No. No, crypto doesn't have 5-year cycles unless they're changing now. But there's no 5-year cycle in the past. It's a 5-year cycle? So I don't know. I don't buy it. You just put in a limit order for 50,000 Doge at 10 cents. That may hit, my friend. That may hit. Who's selling? The whales, the sharks, the shrimps? Nope, it's the market makers. The market makers. Again, we look at Kriss's epic discussion with Grok today. And if you come down to the liquidity hunting and what they're doing, I did ask Grok that as well. How they do it. Which one is that here? Yeah. In liquidation, Binance force sells your position to repay the borrowed funds. That's if you do 10x leverage, that's the 9x part of it. You're borrowing those funds. So they force sell your position to pay that back. They take you out. When a leveraged long trade is liquidated on crypto exchanges like Binance, the platform force sells the collateral to repay the borrowed funds. So, yep. So how do they do it? Market makers like Wintermute or Jane Street provide liquidity by placing buy-sell orders, stabilizing prices. However, they can influence drops by withdrawing liquidity in thin markets, widening spreads and amplifying volatility, executing large trades to hit liquidation clusters. Right there. The market makers are executing large trades to hit liquidation clusters. That's not the whales. It's the market makers. I mean, Grok said it right there. I was like, yep. There it is. Not fair. Taters and eggs. How you doing? Taking a chance. Hoping for a drop to 6 or 7. Next summer, we'll be seeing where the Dogecoin price is. And if it's a true bear market, we'll be hitting bottom by the end of the summer. That's what I think. Things are bad when we're relying on Japan's interest rates to be toughish. I think because so many have now predicted the market is going to dump because of the Bank of Japan rate hike, it'll probably go up. It'll probably do the opposite, right? It'll do the opposite. Why would we go to Dogecoin's last bear market bottom? I know. It shouldn't. That's why I'm saying 9.5 cents. The last bear market bottom was 4.95 that it hit in June of 2022. 4.95 cents. It just dipped slightly below 5 cents. That's why I don't like fib lines. Fib lines lie. They just... Don't forget to smash the like, everybody, and subscribe. Appreciate that. Thank you, Kronos. Best to pick up a hobby. Forget about crypto for a while, Benson. Do I still have a full Bitcoin? No, I have parts of Bitcoin spread out on different exchanges, is what I have. But I do want to reaccumulate at lower prices, of course. Hasty John, how are you? I'm hanging in there, trying to figure out this market. Yep. It's better to buy on Black Friday. Banana zones and 5-year cycles, unreal. Exactly, right? A-Star, isn't that, I mean, that guy, Raul Paul, is like, why do people listen to that guy? He's wrong more times than he's right. He's been lucky a few times, I guess. Or maybe that's skill, I don't know. But all of this stuff, I know, like taking candy from a baby. That's exactly what those market makers are doing. So the relief rally, we're waiting to see, Elijah. Now with Dogecoin, anything can happen, right? We could have an X money launch and we'll have a relief rally there. Dogecoin will pump. That's still out there. But should I sell today? Well, Eric, it's like, I can't answer that question. I mean, it's your risk, right? But you're selling on the big daily red candle, which is never advised. When I do make advice, it's not, you don't want to sell down here. You want a green candle and then sell at the top of a green candle is what you want. But right now, the market's not looking great. It's just this cascading downward price action that is really tough. It's tough to trade that. Sounds like something Harris would say, 5-year cycle, right? Soon to be an 8-year cycle. Compo got some meggle. Still saying $1.17 on my chart. Lots of talk around extended cycles, but what if the cycles are actually condensing? Now, say the peak, though, that was for alts. That wasn't for Bitcoin. Remember, Nick, Bitcoin hit an all-time high in early October 2025 on the 3-year, 11-month cycle that I was talking about, which is close to a 4-year. But could this stuff consolidate on alts? Hard to believe. The market ain't made for weak hands. It's risky, right? It's all risky. That's what we said. It's all risky. Don't invest money you're not willing to lose, all of that. So many people got into crypto because they thought it would be easy money, and you just have to sometimes just look yourself in the mirror and go, yep, that's what I thought. I thought I could buy some and double it, triple it, 10x, whatever, easy money. And it didn't work out that way. Or the price went up, and while the price was up, you were a little greedy and you thought, well, I'll just wait until it goes up a little more before I sell. And before you knew it, it was going down. And then you're stuck, right? That's what this cycle has been. It's a combination of those things. Now is not the time to sell. It's time to start DCAing gracefully. I like that. Gracefully, Mark. Gracefully. Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is probably just following the market, right? I don't think it's actually doing anything special, right? I haven't looked at it, but that's my guess. It's actually holding up a little better. Bitcoin Cash did not have the deeper drop here. It's been kind of holding up, except for the big dump here on Monday. But actually recovered back to Monday's levels. Nothing else has done that. Well, not nothing, but most cryptos haven't done that. Bitcoin Cash, holding on. Even Bitcoin is down below Monday's levels. It was up here at 89, 90K. So, hey, good for Bitcoin Cash holders. You're holding on better. Gold at 46 or 43.63. Yeah, interesting. If we look at the stocks, right? S&P 500 has been a little volatile today, up and down, but still up for the day. NASDAQ, up for the day. Dow Jones, up for the day. Gold. Wow, big swing on gold. Look at that. Almost hit a new all-time high. A big run on gold this morning. And then it sold. I mean, that's almost like a meme coin. Look at that. The gold chart looks like a meme coin. That looks like Doge yesterday, right? Big run up and immediate like fall right back. Seriously, that's just like Doge yesterday. Did the same thing right here. Big move up and then dump. That's gold. Jason picking up some more Doge down to the low 12s. You won't believe it, Mr. Pumpalot says. We reversed the trend and hit 15, 20, 25, 30 cents. Again, for Dogecoin, it's going to take a catalyst. Like I've said, it takes something to move Doge like that. It takes something. Bye-bye. Yeah, we always have those. Support 9.5 cents, Mr. 3E3OP. 9.5 cents is support. There's no support here. If the relief rally doesn't happen, we should do the tax loss harvesting because crypto keeps going down and down. Now, the tax loss harvesting, and it's called tax loss harvesting, you only do that if you made a bunch of sales for profit during the 2025 calendar season, like I did, because I had lots of profit from January. So it helps me to sell whatever I have at a loss in order to lower my capital gains for the year and then buy back in and hopefully buy back in at a lower price. What you're talking about here is crypto keeps going down and down more. Then it's just a swing trade. It's not a tax loss harvest. You're only tax loss harvesting if you've already made money this year. And then you're just trying to lower your capital gains profits. So that's what it is. The time in the cycle where men are made. or broken. The 4-year cycle makes sense. Alt season underperformed. That's correct. Alt season underperformed. And that had a lot more with what was going on in the overall economy. You know, the tariff dump, increasing unemployment, right? Inflation still up, even though it's coming down, it's still up. There's no stimmy checks, right? People aren't flooded with free money. So who's buying alts? I mean, we keep trading alts and buy a little bit more here and there, but not enough to really move the market. And on a token by token basis, right? Coin by coin basis, because this cycle we've got millions of tokens, right? Taking up liquidity instead of 2021, where all you had was Doge. In the meme sector, all you had was Doge. Yeah, Sheeb, right, started and was really, really low for a while until like October 2021. And then a lot of money flooded into Sheeb because Doge was underperforming. But that's all there was back then. Now there's millions of meme tokens. And all of that money, you can't have the individual alts go up. Now, a few have, and a few have hit new all-time highs or got near all-time highs from XRP to ETH to whatever, right? A few of them have. But overall, not been the same this year. Aid says we are in the bear market. Why are markets always dumping on Mondays? They don't. We have some green Mondays happen. We've looked at patterns before on daily basis, and there's no particular day. Now the Wednesdays happen to pump more than other days, but it didn't yesterday. Yesterday was a red day. Right, most coins did not hit all-time high. And that's because we've got shitloads of tokens taking up liquidity. Mass amounts of alts that we didn't have 4 years ago. So overall, the total three, well, I'd say the total two isn't that bad in terms of total market cap. I mean, there's still a lot of money in alts. It's just spread out amongst millions of alts now, which we didn't have 4 years ago. So you can't compare Doge to 70 cents this cycle, of which I've talked about that whole theory, that the actual high for the 2021 cycle should have been 35 cents. And I've shown that many times. It should have been 35 cents. And we did exceed that this cycle to 48 cents a year ago, not in 2025. X money is preventing me to sell. It's either a curse or a blessing. Me too. I'm with you. That's why I'm holding Clean Core, stupid stock, way down. If we don't get X money by the end of the year, I'm going to sell the Clean Core stock, tax loss harvesting. See what happens. The Trump token thing too, right, RR? That's what blasted us back in January. But from then, what has Trump token done? Nothing. It's just dumped. The carry trade, it's called aid, not carriage. It's carry. They call it a carry trade. When different countries are basically trading their treasuries into yen at a really low interest rate. And that whole game is ending. My wife once told me that anything worth having in life doesn't come easy. The crypto thing isn't supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be worth it if you're willing to wait. That is true, Matt. Your wife is very wise. You did well. Very true. Yep, Kronos. Everybody's got their own plan, their own investments. But if you don't want to get bag holding, don't get greedy. And that did happen. And to me, partially too. I mean, at 48 cents, I mean, I have my next target. Well, I'm at 42 cents. At 42 cents, my next target was 50, and it got to 48. I didn't take that next slice of profit at 48 because I was waiting for 50. That was, I looked on the charts and we talked about it during a live stream like December, a year ago. And I charted out like, yep, 50 cents. Never hit it. Was that greed? Maybe. Maybe. I don't have any profit that I need to loss harvest, so I be chilling. That's most people, DB. I get it. Alts were horrible this cycle. On an alt by alt basis, yes, because there's so many freaking alts this time. If you knew this, then why promote Doge? Because we always have the possibility that Doge goes on a huge run again. It's always there. It's a meme coin. We got this Elon thing, right? That's why. Plus, it's fun. I mean, dogs and memes and all that. Great community. Even on a day like today, right, where your portfolio's down even lower, it's still life. I mean, we can still have some fun because it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. You can sell and leave, right? You can do that. Do you want to sell Doge at 12 cents? I mean, will it go lower? We don't know. I'm guessing it will based on all the bear market plans. The whole dark pool consortium thing, I don't think that's true in crypto. I really don't. There's a lot of stuff that goes on the stock market, but not crypto. Crypto is pretty much evident to me what's going on. It has nothing to do with JP Morgan and Citadel. That's all stock stuff. Prior, you sold all your alts 3 months ago. Good timing. Well, the relief rally ain't here yet. It's a very weak market, very negative. Sentiment is down. So not yet. Kronos, you thought that Doge would hit at least 70. Yep. John, over 50% down on my Doge. Thinking of selling at a loss and putting into something that may give a better return or hold the cash for when the real dump comes. That's a legitimate thought, John. It's a legitimate thought. The market is weak. We don't know where the bottom is. If this is a bottom today at 11.99 or not, we don't know that. But yeah, earlier today, Dogecoin hit 11.99, and I caught it on a screenshot right here, 11.99. I was waiting and waiting. I was waiting for the screenshot. I could see it going down, and I was like, I'm waiting. It flashed 11.99. I went, print screen, because it was only for 5 seconds. Only for 5 seconds, it was below 12 cents, and I caught it. So I can pat myself on the back for that. It's still not good. I didn't want that to happen. But I did catch it. And we might go lower tonight. I don't know what's going to happen with this Bank of Japan thing tonight. I don't know. I don't care what happens because my safe moon reflections are covering my losses. The safe moon reflections. All the newbies in crypto are like, what's that? Reflection? What's that? You don't need it. It's just another way for them to take your money. That's all it is. You don't want to know. It's a way for them to promise returns that aren't there. Reflections. I know, right, TW? God. Trump's giving some money to some soldiers. That's true, Elijah. Someone posted on X, it's like, do soldiers buy Dogecoin? Do they buy Dogecoin? Man, these liquidations are just crazy. Bunch of Solanas. 116.96 on Solana. 116.96. Jason's holding for 26x money, DogeOS. Well, we do have confirmation. They have said DogeOS in January 2026. Is that going to pump the price of Doge? Not necessarily, but it does give us something to point to for utility, right? Dogecoin utility, how Dogecoin is being used. Does that pump the price? Hey, Ryan, I've been at it for an hour. Welcome. There's a special message for you in the first 10 minutes. No special message today. But I did give the reason why the crypto market was dumping today. In the first 10 minutes. Oh, it was a good one. It was a good one. I'm a liar. Oh, you retyped it, liar. Well, Maxie, why do you say that? How can I lie when I don't know what's going to happen? And I say that all the time. What is your freaking problem? Ryan, get to work on this guy. He just doesn't have the right attitude. God, that's just dumb. Thank you. X money launched internally. Dream, it has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it. Low market sentiment, low liquidity, market makers in control, taking out leverage trades. That's it. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash. For today, it's Bitcoin Cash. Anything else? I didn't look. Bitcoin Cash. Canton, Sky, Pi, Zcash. That's about it. But yeah, Bitcoin Cash holding up pretty well. The biggest losers, Mix, Pump, Stark. Oh, the Pudgy Penguins. Ouch. Aster we've been following. Total dumpage. Celestia, Dash, Render, Hyperliquid, Bittenzer, Immutable X, Jupiter, and Bonk. Sheeb, Pepe, SPX. There's this whole cluster of memes right here. But Doge isn't as bad as those. Not as bad as Bonk, Sheeb, Pepe, SPX. Where is Doge? 43. So about in the middle of the pack. Not dead. Not dead. Doge is still the 9th largest cryptocurrency by market cap. So not dead yet. Going to the outside the top 20. Coulda, shoulda. Yeah. There's no such thing as support zones, resistance zones. No, throw the TA out the window. Doesn't matter. The Trump coin was the true top signal. Easy in hindsight. Yep, if we only knew. The on-chain stuff is showing a lot of classic bottom signs. A relief rally won't come before late January. That's out there a bit. The wick on 1010, probably what we're going to. That's what I say. 9.5. That's what I say. But we don't know for sure. So don't say, oh, Kriss said it's going to 9. I didn't say that. I just said, looking at the charts, it's what it, most likely, probably where we're going. Yeah, I was hoping for 40 cents and I saw it hit 40, but then I was like 42 would be nice. And I got some at 42. Hey, it's the Pax Cat. He is here. Making an appearance today. Mr. Cat, how are you? Nice of you to join us, buddy. All right. Everybody in the chat missed you. You're up. I know, right? Europe. Right. Not AI. The cat is not AI. The update is the first 10 minutes of the live stream, Luca. First 10 minutes of the live stream. And you can come right back to live after you see those first 10 minutes. Or you can wait and see it later. It's not going to change anything. It is what it is. The Clarity Act is not going to do much, Manuel. It's just another thing that is more about the governments than it is for crypto, in my opinion. They'll get rid of the huge leverage. Well, they should, because that's ridiculous, right? There even shouldn't be any leverage. What's the goal of the exchanges? To eradicate retail? No. Just to eradicate the gamblers. They need retail. They don't want the gamblers. If you lost money this year, would you sell to show the loss for taxes and then buy back? Only up to a certain amount, and it's not a lot. The IRS in the United States does not allow you to claim $50,000 in losses in a calendar year. You get like 3 or whatever the number is. Now you can carry over those losses to the following years, but it's like, it's not the same. But every bit of profit you get, 50,000, 100,000, $1 million, well, they'll tax you on every dollar of that. But they don't let you claim all those losses in a calendar year. Frickin' IRS. But it is what we have. Strong bounce you feel there, Jem? Strong bounce from the drawdown? We'll see. Bitcoin at 85. We'll see how it recovers. Rips all. What box are we in? We are not. We're below the box. The box is up here. We're below the brown box. That's the real shitter. It's the real shitter down here. Below the brown box. That's not where you want to be. Not good. Chuckles? Is Chuckles around? Busy working? She's a working girl. Not that kind. I see a lot of mixed opinions on the Bank of Japan. Much more premeditated than the earlier yen rate hike. So while some expect the same kind of 20 to 30% drops, others say it likely won't be as extreme. Or all of this volatility is front running it, right? Yeah, people get salty. Actually, you guys are doing great. You guys are actually doing great today. There's just one odd duck there that we had to take care of. I'm pumping my wallet with crisp, shiny new Doge. Well, Wiley, a 12-cent Doge. I didn't think it was going to happen. Not right now. Maybe in like the summer of 2026, but not December of 25. Nope. No dry powder for me. I prioritized buying Christmas presents for my family. Touching grass, living life. I'm renting my family out. It's the opposite of what RR is doing. The adults are getting fancy beers and fancy cured sausage. Ooh, send me some of that cured sausage. Direct from Norway. I'd love it. Why are we surprised? Things are red. It's brown. I'm not surprised, Ruben. I'm not surprised at all. Yeah, send me some. Exactly. It's going to be fun at Christmas. Relatives are asking how that Bitcoin thing is going. Yeah, it's not good. I want to go bear trapping. Trapping the bears. Hey, there she is. She is working, but she's listening in. Hi, Charlie. Everybody wave to Charlie. Everybody give a hi, Charlie, in the chat. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Come on, everybody. Hi, Charlie. Oh. Norway produces a lot of variants of cured sausage. Reindeer meat. That I've never had. I've never had that. Reindeer meat. We're all saying hi because she's stuck at work. But, you know, it's a holiday season. You got to make money somehow. It ain't in crypto right now. Chaz. Oh, we got another one, Charlie. We got another one, Chaz. Didn't think about that one. You got another one, Chaz. She doesn't even know what her name is anymore. Oh, she doesn't even know. Well, her next salon is going to have a pasta salad kitchen in it. It's going to be a combo deal between her and Joanna, our princess, or duchess, I mean. Yep, the pasta salad. What else is going on right now? Let's check. What's happening? To be honest, I think they might be doing this to kill crypto forever. The manipulation doesn't feel positive for the space at all. I'm honestly considering this being the end of an era. Wow. Wow. There's some negativity right there. There's some negativity there. U.S. stock market has added $685 billion today before the Japan rate hike, and Bitcoin is down. Michael Saylor, I'm not selling. The simulation is a wild ride. Yeah, this just... And then, of course, we've got Tom Lee, the permabull, right? Yeah, just because he has hopium and he wants it to go up. Crypto over. Bitcoin long-term sellers or long-term holders are selling like crazy. No, they're not. It's all of the old coins that the market makers have left that they're selling. They're emptying out their wallets. That's what they're doing. Oh, low roller. No winning Powerball ticket. That's why I didn't buy. It would have been a waste of money. Or maybe mine was the one that was going to win, but I didn't buy it. Right? How about that? If I had bought, I would have won. I was the one. What's the low? 9.5. Happy-go-lucky. That's what I'm saying. 9.5. I had some confluence there, some agreement that 9.5 made sense. So we wait, don't we? Don't we, Pax Cat? We wait. We wait. To be fair, this is the end of crypto people have popped up in the past too. They're the ones who bought high, and they're really down. But I'm hearing a lot more of that right now. This was all about our friend Charlotte. Used to be buy Dogecoin or else, and now she's Chucky, whatever. Chimichanga, sure. Charlotte, you're a chimichanga now, thanks to DB. Yeah, we found that out, that it's this this merge thing. The Pax Kitty. Yeah. If they think we are cockroaches to stamp on, then like a cockroach, we show them how tough we are. Agreed. You can control what you do, right? You don't know what the market is going to do. I'm not saying this is the end of crypto. No way. A nice twist to the cycle would be a top in Q1 next year. Why not sell now and buy back? Because you don't know for sure it's going to go lower. That's why, Yeely, you don't know. You don't know if this is a local bottom or, it's going to go up from here, or we're just going to continue to see cascading liquidations because the leverage traders keep buying with leverage. They keep coming back again and again and again. Yeah, I don't know if MicroStrategy is actually going to collapse, but their average price was what, 74,000 for a Bitcoin. So they're in the red on Bitcoin. If it drops below that, which kind of makes MicroStrategy pretty much worthless, doesn't it? All that manipulating they did, creating preferred shares and all of that, and then buying all of this Bitcoin over 100K. It's like Michael Saylor doesn't know how to do it. He has conviction long-term, right? That Bitcoin's going to be over $1 million. So buying a bunch at 100,000 to him made sense. But to us, we're like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? I've only seen this much FUD at the bottoms. Nothing makes me shimmy like a good chimichanga. I like the chimichangas. Basically like a fried burrito, but it's like so good. I do like them. I'll bet the Duchess could make a chimichanga pasta salad. When she comes on, we'll ask her. Chimichanga pasta salad. Right. The beauty of spot trading is the market makers can't liquidate you. Doge is not getting liquidated. Well, even then, you don't really get liquidated. You just own worthless tokens, right? And that can happen. Your token can pretty much go to zero or close to, and they're pretty much worthless, and you're still holding them. That's happened a lot. Hey, Nick, who else is enjoying the halving of their portfolio? Oh, Turbo at 24 cents. Nick, 23.5. You're close. Yes, we shall summon her. We have a very important recipe to share with her. Yeah, we haven't looked at that. Are there any more KDAs? Is it even trading anymore? Does it still have a price? It does. It still has a price. It's worth a penny. It's a penny stock. Penny crypto. Yeah, it pretty much died. That's it, Noodles. You got it. KDA. Total dumpage. It's worth a penny now. Here it was. Almost $2. That was just a year ago. That was just a year ago. It hit $2. And now it's worth a penny. Wow. I feel sorry for anybody who bought up there. But yeah, that's pretty much a rug pull right there. Cadena. It's been FUD all year. It hasn't been going down all year. We were actually turned around from the summer and going up in September and early October. We were going up. I had all these charts made of these moves up that we had here. Remember, I had the support line, right? I had that. But then, I mean, as we were going up faster, I moved it to that, right? Look at that. And that was from June all the way to early October. We were holding that upward sloping support line with higher highs. These were these little white ticks, right? We were getting higher highs, higher lows, all until when? When did that change, John? October 10th. It all goes back to October 10th. That day ruined the whole thing. We had a really good bull market going on. Despite the Trump tariffs that dumped the price earlier in the year, Doge was moving up. I was very excited about Dogecoin until October 10th. So yeah. And now we failed the long-term support because that was up here at 13.4. So we failed that. October 10th. It all goes back to that. Yeah, the development team threw in the towel. Exactly. So that can happen. Well, Dogecoin doesn't have a development team. Well, there are some devs, right, that sort of keep updating stuff. But even without them, Doge would continue. This is what we often see. Everyone loses hope and Dogecoin explodes. I made that video the other day, how Dogecoin can save the crypto market, right? And I got laughed at. Can Dogecoin save the crypto market? Right here. That's the video I made. That's exactly it, Matt. And people laugh at me, and I'm like, have you seen the history of Dogecoin? You know how Dogecoin works? Does delisting motivate crypto companies to change their ways like stocks? There's no centralized company for most of them. Well, Michael Burry was only right on one big bet. He's pretty much been wrong on everything else. Yep, the Trump token did a lot of damage. That slowed things down around inauguration time. We were expecting the big pump for the pro-crypto president, right? I was waiting to sell at that time. Instead, it went the other way. The wick fill is slowly taking place, Gurinder, for Dogecoin. It's slowly taking place right before our eyes. October 10th. Yeah, I said Doge will lead a recovery combo. And we're waiting for that to happen. We're waiting. Has X Money launched yet? Internally, that doesn't count. The real one for all of us to use. I don't know what's going on in the US about social media stuff. I don't know. We were in fear only 30% of the year. Interesting. If Bitcoin stabilizes or starts growing in Q1 2026, DogeOS, X Money sentiment could theoretically create a crux that pushes Doge upwards and pulls others with it. That can happen. Right. Doge front runs price action up. It's happened again and again. And people just make fun of me. Oh, you're a permabull. I was like, no, I'm a bear now. But that thing is always out there with Dogecoin. That thing is out there. The catalyst that could propel Doge, which it did in October 2022, the bottom of the bear market. Dogecoin doubled in price when Elon bought Twitter. Had nothing to do with Dogecoin, other than the thought that maybe one day Doge would be used on Twitter. And the same thing with X Money. Still the same thing. Now Twitter is a real deal, renamed X by Elon, and X Money is that platform. And so we wait. That's what I'm doing. I'm not selling Dogecoin to tax loss harvest. But Pepe, Bonk, Pengu, bye-bye. Hard to believe you got the dip at 11.9 because it was only for a second or 2 seconds. But if you did, congrats. I kind of think Miami's going to hold on to Tua. They owe him like $50 million guaranteed money. Why would you do that? Why would you cut him? $50 million you have to pay him, whether he plays or not. And he's not that bad. But I get it. Do you take the hit and just move on? All right, I heard it from you first. Our Dogecoin on X Money in Q3. All right, I'll remember that. Everybody screenshot that. Screenshot. 9.5 cents, Streamlip. 9.5 cents. That'll be the bounce heard by all who view the KrissPax channel to get Dogecoin to pump. So not many are actually going to get 9.5 filled because it'll be going back up. Yep, he's definitely got his money. Next year, $54 million guaranteed, whether he plays or not. I think Miami would keep him around for that. I mean, he can be the second string quarterback. See what Ewers does. They've got Zach Wilson. I don't know if he can be saved. If I'm right, I will send Kriss 33 Doge for a gift. All right, RR, you're on. Q3. You're on for that Doge. Yep, 9.5 cents. That's why I'm calling 9.5 cents for the bear market bottom. Double bottom. That'll be the double bottom if it hits 9.5 cents again. Zach be the backup to a third string. He'd be paying a third string quarterback $50 billion. That's crazy. It's worth doing it, though. Just keep him, right? And if there are injuries, if Ewers and Wilson get injured, then you've got a guy. I'm hoping for a 70% dip from current prices. I'll start DCA if it goes down another 25% from here. That's just, man. Lower prices from what we're already seeing as being lower, at least lower than we thought they'd get at this point in time. Now, I thought we'd be down at these levels in the summer of 2026, bottom of bear market. This is about where I thought the prices would be. It's just happening now. Yeah, I mean, the Grok thing is like, it depends on what exchange you're looking at. I use the Binance exchange as my comparison. There were other exchanges that didn't go as low, but there are, like, I think Coinbase, but yet there are other exchanges that went lower than 9.5. It depended on the exchange and the liquidity on that exchange. Like Atom didn't go all the way down to 2 cents on every exchange, just some of them. It depended on the liquidity that individual exchange had. The prices were all over the place that day. 9.5 would be 21% lower from current. Kyle Murray might get cut by the Cardinals. Somebody might want him. Somebody might want him. I hold Pengu, 28 cents. Yeah, mine is at like 25. 25. I'm going to sell it. I have to. I'll sell. Well, 2.8. Right? But that was a while ago, wasn't it? I think you meant 2.8. Yeah, when we were doing all this charting up here. It dropped below 3 cents, went down to 2.8. These were my buys. Some of them. Oh, that's when I did that first swing trade. And then I bought back in at 2.8. That would have been about the 5th of September. I bought back in big time. And now, from 2.8, yeah, that's about where I bought in. Down 68%. Ugh. Not good. Well, we're having a little comeback, taking out some new shorts. As we're seeing the shorts, these are new short trades just entered that are getting liquidated. Jelly, Bitcoin. $224,000 Bitcoin trade on Hyperliquid, gone. And that trade's only been around for what, 20 minutes? Liquidated in 20 minutes. $200,000 gone. For me, the crypto ecosystem behaves like a legalized casino. Practically, it is even worse than casino. Yep. Because they know what your trade is, they can hunt it down, and they can get you. You're round tripping, Rock Angel. Yep, the pings are shorts getting taken out. New ones. What do I think about Say? You know who's been really promoting Say for the last couple of months? Ali. He must have a big bag of it. 10 cents. 10 cents for Say. So before October 10th, it's down 63%. Still a big drop. Right now, it's stuck with everything else. Except for the wick. Yeah, it's at a price we haven't seen since October 2023. October 2023. So all this trading for 2 years, if you bought now, you'd be buying lower than 2 years of trading if you buy now. That's what it looks like. You'd be buying lower than 99% of all Say token holders if you buy here right now. If you believe in the project, you can buy this at 10 cents. You're better than 2 years of buyers. Maybe that's why Ali likes it. It fits his narrative too. I think he's already got a bag of it. If you follow him. I remember you're going to sell all your altcoins. What's the point selling now? Well, I will sell some that are in the red for tax loss harvesting, low roller. I am tax loss harvesting because I have a lot of profits and I'm going to offset as many of them as I can. So Zone, yeah, I'm selling that too. When am I going to sell? I don't know. I've got about 2 weeks to figure that out. So far, it keeps going down. I wanted to go up a little bit and not sell for quite so low. The higher I sell, I mean, the better. I'd rather sell at a higher price than hope for even lower tax loss harvest because that's a losing deal. We're getting closer to Khan's prediction of 5 cents. Now, we're a long way from 5 cents. Doesn't mean it can't happen, though. In Ali, we trust. Trump is in panic mode because his approval rating is tanking. It's not the whole MAGA base turning against him, low roller. It was a few people that had a particular thing that they didn't like. That's all. It's not like his whole base is turning against him. That's over exaggerating their low roll. I do like the fact, though, that whole thing came out about Venezuela and the the blockade and all that. And all the news stations, all the media were like, oh, Trump's going to give a speech. Is he going to declare war? Or what's he going to say about Venezuela? He didn't even mention it. But on prime time, he got all of the major news networks to stop their broadcasting of whatever they were going to show in order to show Trump talking about his economic accomplishments, because that's what it was about, and giving away stimmy checks to our warfighters. I thought that was awesome. They all interrupted their regular programming for Trump just to talk about himself and his economic plans. Beautiful. Trump can do that. Sheeb? Oh man, Sheeb's worse today. Just getting pummeled. Absolutely pummeled. When's the last time Sheeb was at this price? It's almost at the wick low. Look at that. Sheeb is almost at its wick low from October 10th. Doge isn't that close. But then you go back in time, and the last time Sheeb was at this price, October 2023. Just like say, you got to go all the way back. Negates all that Sheeb buying. Wow. That's close to where I bought it. It's right around that area. Sheeb. Harvesting is pushing the market. I don't know if there's a lot of harvesting going on. Most people are in crypto are in the red this year. There's not a lot who have big profits. Sometimes it's better to take the L than a zero. And we don't know. I mean, all those great thoughts about Pengu and its worldwide, recognition, the pudgy penguins, like all that stuff. And yet it just tanks still. Doesn't matter. Khan vanished. Yep. And he's not posted any videos on his YouTube channel. Like he said he was going to start. He was going to start this daily live stream at 9:30 in the morning. Nope. Nothing. If Bitcoin recovers today, Fartcoin is the best choice to go short. Fartcoin. Am I going to rebuy? I'll wait till the summer, low roller. I'm going to wait for the summer. Do I miss a better price? Maybe. But if it's truly a 4-year cycle, I'm not buying now. It's all going to go lower. But if Doge pumps because of X money or something, Sheeb and Pepe and Bonk and Whiff and all those will go up too. And I may miss out. That's the way it is. I did okay this cycle. I did all right. What's up, Cap? What's up? Yeah, Sheeb got hit bad today. Doge is down 3%. Sheeb's down 6%. Yeah, Say is a decent project. It's just price is lower now than the last 2 years of trading. Yeah, if Sheeb goes below its October low, that'll be something. Does that mean Dogecoin is going to drop below 9.5? The conversation you had with Grok was interesting. Wasn't that? Once I got into it, it was like, okay, I want to see what Grok says about this. Because that's what this is about. This is definitely liquidity hunting, which is basically another way to say it's like liquidations. It's liquidations. Liquidity hunting is it's degen gambler hunting. That's what they're doing. Degen gambler hunting. See what our current heat map looks like, huh? There's new shorts on Bitcoin, but there's new longs also. And that's the constant thing, right? Bitcoin just went up to grab those shorts. That was easy to grab. Now what's it going to do? It's going to try and grab these a little higher up to like 86.5, or they're going to drop it to 84 to take out the longs. That's the battle right there. And yet, the degen gamblers keep gambling. They keep gambling. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Where does all that come from? My target for Bitcoin was 69K. So I would buy below that. Nino hustles. Crypto's not dead. No, I don't believe that. I think 99% of crypto should be dead. All those millions of meme tokens that don't do anything, that should all be gone. Tron is a stable coin. Yep. Yeah, we talked about Tron over the past couple of weeks. Pretty amazing, actually, what it's done. TOS becoming a super cycle chaser. Hey, Dan, hanging in there? You wish that I would have told you to wait until now to buy. Yeah, I can't predict the future that well. All I said was what I'm doing, and I said, I'm not buying here. That's what I said. But I had other reasons. This fart coin taking a dump. See what the smelly one looks like, all right? $0.25. I would call that a dump. Now it was lower. Back on the 21st of November, it dropped to 19 cents. And its wick on October 10th is at 18 cents. So 25 cents. It had this little run here at the end of November that got it back in its purple box. But now that's failed. That'll do it, down 18% today. That's an 18% candle. Wow. Pepe bad. Fart coin. Fibs are fibs. Doesn't matter. Where do we go to make money now? I mean, gold is at all-time high. Silver's at all-time high. You want to buy those precious metals at all-time highs? I think most people are heading back to the stock market, and they're looking for deals on stocks. That's what I've seen. A lot of money going into individual stocks. Pretty soon you'll see like GameStop and AMC starting to pump again, right? Who knows? Right? And if the stock market goes down, which many are predicting, I'm not, because Trump wants to keep the stock market going at least until the midterm elections, which aren't until November of 2026. So Trump is going to do whatever he can to keep the stock market up. He doesn't care about the crypto market. He really doesn't. Sometimes I like to argue with Grok and ChatGPT to prove them wrong. Yeah. I'm going to predict the future. Yeah, Turbo. It's going to go up unless it goes down. The long short game is cute and all, but eventually real use case buying has to take place. That's what it'll take to go up, and the sentiment just isn't there. Fartcoin's your favorite holding? Ugh. Adoption for Bitcoin, that's not happening. It's all DATs, digital asset treasuries, DATs. But Bitcoin's not getting adopted. Megal got back to $1.20 upon market close. It was at $1.17, but $1.20 is still. I may have to sell my Megal for a loss too. I'll be watching that on December 30th, 31st. Where's Megal? I may do that. Should have just put my Doge on a ledger and forgot about it. A lot of people do that. Just wait. Most gains on crypto have just been buying and waiting many, many years. All these people using leverage, messing the market. Yep. That's what moves the market. This up and down action has nothing to do with retail buying and selling. It has nothing to do with that. That's not what this is. And I was trying to get Grok to confirm that was manipulation, but he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. Kind of like it's going to be a dry day today unless it rains. And yet, the weather reporters continue to get paid, whether they're right or not. Doesn't matter. You can always do the 50-50 thing. Hedge your bets. Yeah. So where are we going from here? I mean, it looks like it wants to recover, but man, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I remember my FOMO from ETH a while back. Patience. That's what works over time. At least so far. Where's crypto going to be in 4 years? Don't know. Just sit back. Hey, some is here. Lurking. That's all right. Listening in. It's all good. 75% of the crypto market is derivative trading. I would not doubt that at all. And then probably another 10 to 15% is just bot trading on spot. All the little moves, buying and selling, right? With your programmed bots. Wouldn't surprise me. Craig says, I think we're in a slow bear. Well, that's been a pretty big drop since October for 2 months. You would think a bear would be 12 months. But that's a pretty quick fall off. Total manipulation. You take this heat map and you go, okay, show me this over 3 months, right? And you're like, yeah. Right, they had the move up here in September, taking out all those longs, and then this whole cascading series of dumps, taking out long after long after long. And some of these we have to zoom out even further, right? So I don't know, 6 months or a year to see the overall effect of how much leverage was down there that was still open. Let's see what this one, yeah, it's all this. This goes all the way back to April on Bitcoin. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, most of that was taken out October 10th. But, well, no, October 10th was up here. It was the second dip. November. All that leverage because they could. Here's the Doge. Total manipulation. Total manipulation. Look at all these big shorts piling in on Doge right now. Millions of dollars on Doge. We need a reversal. Santa rally? What do you think? Taters and eggs. Still believe Doge is the best bet. Top 10 crypto. Actual coin. Bright future. All that for Dogecoin. That's why the people who come in and like talk, oh, Doge is dead. It's like, you should really look at it. December rally. Anything can happen. All that. All right, gang. That's what we got for today. Look. Up and down action. Taking out the shorts and then taking out the longs. Total market manipulation. Had a whole conversation with Grok about this today. If you guys want to read that, because it was quite the interesting information about leveraged crypto trading and how it works. So check that out. Otherwise, it's like, it's over. We're back. It's over. That's what we got. So I hope everyone has a great evening. We'll be back here at it again on Friday. We'll see what happens with the Bank of Japan carry trade, rate hike, like all of that. It looks like a lot of it's already priced in, but then again, retail isn't doing the trading. It's really the market makers just moving the market. All right, gang. Have a good evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.